This is the TheWisePitBulls take on case number 2 concerning eco oil. In this presentation, we will be going over 4 main research questions, those being: what is the eco oil SWOT? What are the more specific advantages eco oil should seek and develop? How to choose a market niche and ecosystem of partners to realize the full potential of eco oil in short term, and how to harness the potential for long term in sustainable manner. Eco-oil is a company producing renewable liquid fuels which can be used without any modification on the combustion engine. Requirements for producing it is a large amount of biomass, raw material, ethanol plant, and infrastructural requirements. However, the ethical issue is making fuel from edible food. So would it be better to make fuel from waste, and where to get enough of it to support growth? Eco-oil's strengths is its cost leader status, sustainability of the product, first mover advantage, short transportation distances, sustainable competitive advantage. However, its weaknesses are dependence on location, and it requires a large amount of biomass. Eco-oil's opportunities are no competition regarding renewable liquid fuels, demand for more sustainable products, and possible attention from the media. However, its threats are countries' regulations, lack of resources, and inability to find partners or investors. The development focus short term should be on sustainable competitive advantage, lower costs, technology and facilities, and a profitable location. However, long term, the development of food waste to biofuels. Now to eco-oil's OLI framework. Its ownership advantages are patented chemical process, sustainable competitive advantage, unique technological capabilities, and first mover advantage. Locational advantages include short transportation distances, higher availability of resources, and a larger local market. International advantages include outsourcing decisions, commercial partners, or partner investors, increasing demand for biofuels. Internalized transactions include production facilities to turnkey delivery for plants, control the technology, and guard the patents. External include production of renewable fossil fuels to seek for partnerships or joint venture possibilities with local energy companies. Outsourcing biomass or ethanol production and plant parts. Seek viable partnerships for food waste conversion, and external investor to broaden shoulders for growth. So what are the optimal circumstances for production? Well, biomass replenishes the quickest in the tropics. So top 5 countries in sugarcane production are Brazil, India, China, Thailand, and Pakistan. Brazil is wanted for bioeconomy driven investments, as well as it is one of the leaders with USA in the world production of biofuels, which also means fierce competition. Political situation with nationalist, populist, and far-right Bolsonaro is also not appealing. Sub-Saharan has seen a rising interest in sugarcane plantation as well, and prefer countries with best replenish rates. Have gasoline plantation relatively close to raw material sources. Government could provide subsidies production of biomass crops. Increase in demand for biofuels equals most productive outcome. Currently, USA is 5th in the world, China 3rd, and India 2nd. If these countries with the largest amount of traffic start preferring biofuels instead of fossil fuels, that means producing biofuels will become even more popular. India has a plan to reduce fossil fuel emissions for 2020 and beyond. Since air pollution in Delhi is 25 times more than what is considered safe, private cars are restricted. There are big railway improvements being planned in Asia and Russia as well. Our suggestion is that sub-Saharan Africa would provide the most attractive market opportunities for eco-oil after small-scale experiments. Mostly countries with no or limited existing oil resources or facilities. Countries with mediocre infrastructure and therefore locally produced fuel would have a competitive advantage. Countries suffering droughts regularly, ecofuels residual product, water can be used in irrigation purposes that would help gain support from local authorities. Residual gas can also be used as a cooking gas instead of slashing down the forest for firewood. For example, Ghana, Mozambique, Nigeria, South Africa, and Uganda are able to provide all the needed biomass for the domestic transportation from fuel production. Sustainability in whole production gives possibilities to get partial financing for plant projects from development aid sources IMF, therefore support for greener alternatives from developed countries. To benefit the economies of scale, medium-term aim is to produce 1,000 units. 1,000 units times 100,000 euros per unit equals 100 million euros needed as an investment, which is still well below of one traditional oil refinery. Costs for catalyst substances is 1,000 times 10,000 US dollars, which equals 10 million US dollars. Output is 1,000 times 25 million liters, which equals 25 million tons of gasoline per year. And just to compare, it is approximately 3 times of Finland's average yearly consumption, plus 3.5 billion liters of LGB gas, which can't be sold separately, and in addition 7.1 billion liters of water, which can also be sold or donated. Estimating costs of biomass or ethanol per liter in Africa is difficult, as well as the selling price of different fuels. For the previously mentioned reasons, it is expected that in a ramp-up stage, production get at least partial public funding, which would help enough to reach full economies of scale and develop the efficiency to make production profitable on its own. 100% renewable production will likely be a viable option in the future as the pressure to limit the use of fossil fuels is increasing in many countries. Thank you for your attention. This has been the WisePitBulls take on case number 2 concerning eco oil.